Hi, I'm David Hornik with August Capital. I have been in the venture business now for a little over a decade, and it's very interesting to see what's happening in the markets these days. I joined the venture business in June of 2000, right as the economy tanked and the venture business went to hell. And we've quietly been marching our way back for the last decade or so. And so it's interesting to see today what many are calling a bubble. And so it's an open question, like what constitutes a bubble? Is a bubble something where investors are putting a lot of money at risk, or is a bubble a situation where there seems to be valuations that are not necessarily reflected by the underlying value, et cetera? And so I think that's a fair debate at the moment, but what is certainly true is that there's a ton of activity, that there's a ton of capital that is interested in funding very early stage deals and these later stage outsized opportunities. So I think of this market right now as this kind of interesting barbell. These pretend barbells that are these giant blown up balls on both ends. Well, that's sort of what I think is the market right now. On the early stage side, there's a whole lot of entrepreneurs seeking money, and there are lots of angel investors who are putting a ton of money to work at what strike me as quite high valuations. And in the meantime, it's all being driven by the other side of the barbell, which is these handful of late stage opportunities that are so clearly valuable and that people cannot help but clamor to get to become investors in them. Clearly the greatest of all is clearly Facebook, which the valuation just keeps quietly marching up. I think shares are now trading on this alleged non-market at 75 billion or something, right? And then you have Groupon, and you have Twitter, and you have Zynga, etc. So in the middle is this sort of netherworld of companies that need to actually figure out how to create real value, how to demonstrate real businesses, and I think that's going to be the interesting question, right? Are there funders available to help these companies go from this bubble, or at least this explosion of angel funding, and make it through the desert to be the next big Facebook or Zynga or LinkedIn? So stay tuned a decade and we'll know, or maybe 3 years. But I think it's an exciting time for sure for entrepreneurs, and it'll be interesting to watch as a venture capitalist.